Raising multilingual children is a beautiful and exciting journey, but it comes with its own challenges. It's not just about transmitting or teaching languages, it's about creating a supportive environment that evolves with our family. As parents, we all go through moments of doubt, wondering if we are doing the right thing, especially when friends, family, or even professionals chime in with their opinions. But there's the thing. We know our family best. What works for one family may not work for another. It's about finding what feels right for us and our children and being flexible enough to adapt as they grow. Based on my own experience from growing up with multiple languages myself and raising my own now adult multilingual children and working with families who juggle multiple languages for over 50 years, I've put together a list of 10 habits to let go to help foster a smoother, more healthy and successful multilingual upbringing. So let's dive in. Stop expecting immediate results. We all want to see our children thrive, but language learning is not an overnight process. Resist the urge to expect them to speak perfectly, whatever this means, right away, or to switch languages on demand. Remember, language development is a marathon, not a sprint. It takes time and patience. Stop being inconsistent. Consistency is key, especially in the early years. Imagine how confusing it would be for our children if we keep switching strategies without explaining why. We should choose a strategy or a combination of strategies and stick to it. We can combine them if needed and when our children are older, but we really need to trust the process. Check out my video on code switching and code mixing and different family language strategies if you're curious about what might work best for your family. Stop correcting every mistake. This is a tough one. We want to help our children succeed, but constant correction actually discourages them. Instead, let's focus on keeping communication fun and engaging. Our children's language skills will naturally refine over time through meaningful conversations and readings later on. So for tips on how to gently guide our child's language development, I have a video on discourse strategies on my YouTube channel that can help. Stop overloading with languages. Introducing too many languages at once is overwhelming, not only for our children, but also for ourselves. When then all the input is coming from one person and our children are still babies or toddlers, it can be confusing. With the little ones, we should focus on a couple of key languages based on our family's needs and add more as our children's capacity grows. I've covered this in more depth in videos about when and how to introduce new languages to our children, whether earlier is always better, and why it's never too late to add a language. Stop ignoring the community language. While nurturing heritage languages is important, it's equally crucial for our children to feel comfortable in the dominant language of the community they live in. This helps them integrate socially and academically. And don't forget, it's incredibly motivating for children to see their parents improving in the community language too. Stop relying solely on formal education. Formal education is just one piece of the puzzle. Our children's language journey needs to be enriched through daily interactions, play, and cultural experiences. Whether it is playing or hanging out with friends, going to the park, engaging in community events, these moments are just as important for language development as classroom time. Stop limiting language use to specific contexts. Language use shouldn't be confined to specific places or times. Our children should feel free to use all their languages in various situations. Flexibility builds confidence and proficiency. We can create opportunities for our children to practice different languages naturally in their everyday life. This idea of balance is part of what I call the paradox of raising multilingual children. Stop comparing your children to others. Every child is on their own unique language journey. Comparison can create unnecessary stress for both us and our children. If we ever catch ourselves worrying that another child seems better at using a certain language, let's take a step back and focus on our child's progress and be patient and confident about the process. If you are ever concerned about your children's multilingual development, I'm here for consultations. Or you can join my online community or take one of my courses where you get to explore how to support your child in reaching their full potential. Stop underestimating the power of play. Learning through play is one of the most effective ways to develop language skills. Whether it's games, storytelling, or songs, these activities make language learning fun and natural for our children. And it doesn't stop in the early years. Teens and older children and we adults also benefit from playful language engagement. You can find a treasure trove of ideas in our toolbox for multilingual families, where we share activities that nurture language skills from infancy to adolescence and beyond. Stop neglecting your own language. Finally, let's not forget our very own language journey. When we are living abroad, we need to make the effort to keep our heritage language alive and thriving. Our children will look to us as their language model, so continuing to improve our own language skills is just as important. Letting go of these habits can make a world of difference in raising confident and happy multilingual children. We want not only to create a supportive language environment, but also foster intercultural competence and lifelong communication skills. Thanks for listening and stay tuned for more tips on our multilingual parenting journey.